Look at that. There's a Kyo and a Ryo. I actually know these two characters pretty well. Lead Kyo is pretty weird. Lead Ryo is kind of weird too. Ryo doesn't do. Oh, Ryo can kind of use one drive bar. Your main concern when running a lead character is how well they can use half a drive, like half a full drive bar. Because that's as much as you really want to potentially use with them. You also care about their 3-bar damage because your first character's 3 bars is the most they can possibly hold. Or you care about how well they are meterless. Actually, one of the main concerns about your lead character is how well they fight characters who are meterless. Like, for example, a lot of characters don't have a good answer to fireballs until they have a super bar. And then they can do, like, reaction EX supers or something like that. Reaction EX moves. So a lot of characters who, like, have, like, a really spammable thing are really good in the lead. Like, Athena or Kenso. Or, what's his face? Who's the guy with Dualon? Takuma. There's like really important considerations regarding your lead character. Apart from that, it's pretty much just tiers determine how good a character is. Like if you're running the character in the middle or the end. Obviously, you want your last character to potentially be able to win the whole thing. But most characters can. Most characters are good anchors. The characters who are good anchors is pretty much just the tier list of the game. This game has pretty balanced tiers though, so whatever. I used Ro on my team. EX command grab gives you a hop. He missed his combo though. Takuma's pretty hard to play, honestly. He's one of the harder characters in the game. So is Mr. Karate. This should kill if he does it right. That was like max meter build. Joe is fine. Joe can do a lot of damage with very little bar, so he's a good starter, I guess. He also has a spammable projectile, sort of. So Joe is pretty good in the lead. He's also good in the middle. He's also technically good in the end. Joe is like a very underrated character in my opinion. Nice. That EX move is really good. Leads to a lot of damage. He missed that. That works. You can drive cancel that. He didn't. I would say being able to drive cancel that into command grab is probably the thing that makes Takuma really good. Takuma is very slept on. Unfortunately, he shares a spot on the team with Mr. Karate. And if you're going to use one or the other, Mr. Karate's better. But Takuma is very, very good. He's like almost as good. Takuma can kill you off of like half a drive and like 2 bars. He is like the cheapest touch of death in the game. Ooh. He also builds a lot of meter mid combo because he doesn't use drives. If you put yourself into hyperdrive mode, you stop building meter. Didn't have the super to continue, but he got the low. Combos off of overheads are pretty much non-existent unless you drive, unless you, what do you call that? Not drive cancel, hyperdrive. Combos off overheads are pretty much non-existent unless you hyperdrive, and combos off of lows are very modest. So this game is pretty much fair and fundamental until hyperdrives come into the mix, and then it becomes Marvel. Very baby combo. I like that. Hi GBK. What does that stand for? Ooh, okay dash. Kdash is really good neutral, but his combos are really hard. He's probably like the 3rd or 4th hardest character in the game. I don't know what the fuck that was. Probably supposed to be a meaty iron trigger. And he just did an uppercut somehow. Kdash has a really good neutral. But his combos, he has like good conversions from his combos, but the conversions are like impossible. He needs like fucking backdash, instant, what's that move? Quarter circle back kick? Or is it quarter circle forward kick? That air move he has with infinite juggle potential. Ooh. Anywhere juggle. Woke up down beat, but I got beat by the hop. He's gonna kill. That last fireball doesn't then scale up like 150 by itself. Cool thing about KoFXIII is the health bar is divided into little 100 HP ticks, so you can see how much HP you have. Everyone has 1,000. Yuri is pretty good. I remember Bala used to use her a lot. She was like one of his favorite characters. She's actually got the damage output that Ryo and like Mr. Karate and Takuma have, which isn't that surprising. But she's kind of got the neutral too. That was weird. She's got a really good dive kick. She's got like the best dive kick in the game. It's like Rufus but better. She is more than a little similar to Sakura. Chin is neat. I'm gonna be honest, I don't fully understand how Chin works. That's like a stance cancel. He can do like this stance, like double punch, and then cancel to the stance, and then do the double punch, something like that. I don't know. No, I think I'm wrong. I think that one's just. I have no idea. I know Chin can drink, and every time he gets knocked down, he loses one of his drinks. And then if you stock up drinks, he can do new things. Like if he has at least one drink, he gets a new super. If you have like multiple drinks, I think some of your attacks become faster. You start doing more damage. There's like weird shit that happens. Chin is one of those characters where they just tried to make him as technical as possible without really like making him. I mean, he is really good, but he's not like once you know how to play him, he's the best character in the game. Good. There's something you have to do with those double punches. Like you can't just do a bunch of them. You can combo out throw in the corner. Chin is one of I think 4 characters who can do that. Kenso can do it. Benimaru can do it. I think there's someone else who has a combo to throw into a super or something like that. Trials are harder than Street Fighter, but they're not really hilariously hard. It's more the trials in Street Fighter are hilariously easy. Nice. He could have done the launcher right there, right? He saw he was whiff punishing. That's actually K-Dash's roll that was baited and punished. He doesn't roll for his roll. He like slides. You can interrupt between those 2 hits, but it's hard. I think he's -1 after the double up kick too, so if you've got a 1-frame move, like some command grabs, you can just grab him. But K-Dash, I don't think K-Dash has a command grab. I'm saying don't think because he might have like a super that's command grab. Like a Neomax. Neomax might be a command, I'm pretty sure not. But there are some supers that don't look like command grabs that are actually command grabs. Like you see them in Neomax combos and they look all normal. Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Dualon, I think. I think Dualon has a command grab super. Or command grab Neomax. Doing raw Neomax is kind of bad anyway. It's not bad, but like you can't really do it reasonably on your first character because you need 3 bars and full drive. Raw Neomax is actually a little bit underrepresented. That's anywhere juggle. It doesn't do that much damage. You can actually juggle out of it too. Backdash into that hop kick thing. He's gonna try it right here. Yeah, you got it. And you can actually drive cancel that to keep the combo going, but I think you need EX and a drive. It's like you can keep that combo going, but it's ridiculously expensive. But you can turn it back into a combo, you can juggle other stuff. You can also get multiple sunglass supers in a row. That super is probably the coolest super in any game I've ever played. Kadesh throws the sunglasses at you and then beats you up. That move is cheap. That's like the best move in the whole game. EX Sangetsu is on. It's invincible and safe and leads to full combos. I think that move is also invincible and safe and leads to full combos. The up kick super. Nice DP. Nice trade combo. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. This can kill. That was really cool. He got all that from a trade. How many fucking shades does K-Dash keep on him? If he hits you with that super, he catches his shades back and then puts them back on. But if he whiffs the super, he just pulls a new pair of shades out of his shirt. Ooh, the instant overhead jump B. Billy has nice normals. Some of the best in the game. He's the Vega, maybe. Every character is about equally a combo character in this game. There isn't really anyone who's combo unfriendly. Everyone gets similar damage from similar amounts of meter up until hyperdrive, and even with hyperdrive they get similar damage with like full meter. Nice. You might have something else there if you use super. He didn't. Down C canceled to towards A. Down C anti-air towards A whiffed. Kept him in. That was kind of cool. The butt. Is the butt an overhead? I've never seen anyone do the butt raw. Or does it just have good frame data? She doesn't have another overhead, so I wouldn't be too surprised if the butt wasn't overhead. It's kind of slow. Good, Ken. It's kind of like Rio's. The startup is not so good, but the hitbox is incredible, and it's pretty much impossible to whiff punish. It's like a fireball without the range. That's that super good dive kick. She also has a demon flip. Ooh. From the demon flip, she can technically throw you, but I think you can get under it. And she can also dive kick, which is super, super good because it's not really any worse than a normal dive kick. But it comes out from a better angle that you can cancel into. Look at that. That was a cross-up, I'm pretty sure. The dive kick also leads to full combos. That was the throw under of the demon flip. And then she's got an air fireball she can cancel it too. She's got like shades of Shoto. Uppercut, demon flip, air fireball, a ground fireball. Kind of like more like Dan's though. Fun fact, in I forget what game, SVC? I think it was SVC. Yuri mistook Dan from Street Fighter for her own brother Rio, who Dan is a parody of. Even though facially Dan looks nothing like Rio. Dropped his low combo. Kim has nice low combos. I don't know if he has to do it, but Chin's chain is really weird, and I always see people do it, so I presume you have to. But the chain people use is crouch B, stand A. Crouch light kick, stand light punch. Crouch light kick, stand light punch. You can do like 4 of them. But they always swap between those 2 specific normals. That was a fuck up. And that was a pretty good salvage. Uppercut in hyperdrive, you can't cancel. You can drive cancel like an uppercut into another move, and you can't do it on block. But in hyperdrive mode, you can do it on block. So what he did was he did an uppercut, which is safe, and then he drive canceled to make it. He did an uppercut, which is invincible, and he drive canceled to make it safe. And then it hit, so he just reaction neomaxed. That's a nice classic matchup right here. Flames Iori versus Kyo. Ooh, he had a big punish there. I think he tried to hop in, or else he just didn't react. But a hop in would have been a full jumping combo there. Actually, hop attacks do slightly less damage than normal attacks. So a full jumping combo is a bit dishonest. And by slightly, I mean almost nothing. The difference is pretty much non-existent. Flame Iori is pretty good. Maybe the best character in the game. I feel like on paper, he just is the best character in the game. because he's got a super good infinite and he's got really, really good neutral. And he's got like some of the best normals in the game. He's one of those characters who has a button for everything. He's very well-rounded. Iori's without weaknesses. You never see Claw Iori anymore. It's because Flame Iori functions as literally any member of the team, and Claw Iori only functions as an anchor. And only because he has slightly higher damage when you don't factor in the infinite. And also his neutral isn't quite as good. They have the same normals though. And those normals are, again, amazing. But like Iori Flame, EX Iori has like better special moves for neutral, for footsies. The overhead, the hyperdrive, this should kill. It's kind of hard. Oh, he fucked it up. It's kind of hard to put together a kill combo with Kim. His damage isn't. His high damage hyperdrive combos are insanely hard. His regular hyperdrive combos are pretty easy, but his high damage hyperdrive combos are like some of the hardest in the game. Oh, remember how I said EX Hangetsu's on is invincible and safe, and also leads to full combos? You can also do it midair, and it beats anti-airs. It is straight up the best EX move. He can chip out. It's kind of scary chipping out in KoF because there's a 50-50 with chipping out. A lot of moves that chip out, if you guard cancel roll them, you can punish them. Or any of you just try and do a normal into the special move, you can guard cancel roll the normal. Or you can just roll the special move before it hits you. I didn't do a great job explaining it, but it's actually pretty cool. Vice is a pretty good anchor. She can turn literally any hit into a high damage combo. That's her biggest weapon. She has the best conversions of any character. The context of her hit literally does not matter. That was it! That would have led to a full combo. I don't know why the fuck he did nothing. So would that! What the fuck? Where are your EX fucking grabs? He had the opportunity to win several times over now. Jump CD? Fucking... Alright, that was really weird. That didn't work. Yeah, she recovers point blank. He tried to fucking just activate raw Neomax. I don't know why the fuck he's playing the way he is. He had like that was bad advice. I could have won that round. If you just get a jump CD with Vice, you can get a like half circle forward kicks, and that can turn into a hyperdrive combo. And her hyperdrive combos are super easy. I like that Vi. Billy combos are pretty cool. I love that reset at the end. This leaves you pretty close to stun and also does good damage. He's like gloss stun now. You don't maintain stun while blocking in this game. It's also quite hard to stun people. You like kill them before you stun them a lot of the time. Pretty much every character can do a touch of Dizzy with very specific combos. Your optimal damage and your optimal Dizzy are not the same. I don't know who I'm going to play in 14. I think Sylvie is cute, but I'm not going to know until I play characters. I might play Kenso. He's got his towards A from like old games. Kenso with a command normal sounds pretty good. Command normals are really good. Wow. Predict the backdash. You're rewarded a lot for making reads in KoF. No, I haven't played the demo yet. That's sweet. Jump A, cancel to dive kick. This should do pretty good damage. If he burns all his drive bar especially, which he did. He couldn't kill no matter how he spun that combo. I don't know what she does from 3 cut light kicks besides uppercut, but I think uppercut would have killed, so he should have done it. Dark cancel roll to avoid being chipped. Damage you get is important. Wasting time is important. Wow, that uppercut. Yuri's uppercut is a lot like Sakura's. It's got a shit ton of forward movement. That being said, it still has invincibility, whereas Sakura's doesn't. I don't like that conversion, really. That drive cancel doesn't add a whole lot of damage, and it uses a drive cancel, which are like your most valuable resource. Whiff jump CD into throw. It's kind of cool. You don't normally see that conversion. He made it look pretty good. Kim has Akuma's standee. Or rather, he has Akuma's far hard kick in his standee. The 2 hits and confirm out of it on reaction. That being said, Kim's hits crouching opponents. Yeah, I mean, they haven't said why they left the sprites behind, but they said why they didn't keep making characters in this game, and it's because sprites are too damn expensive. Which is why they left sprites behind. It's because it costs like a fraction of the price to make like cheap models as it does to make sprites. Sloths don't eat eucalyptus. That is koalas. That was a good punish. You almost never... People drop that punish all the time. Oh, he was standing at a good range. Uppercut was punishable. Yuri has a command grab. She can cancel into other special moves with a drive cancel. As though there was any doubt she was the best character in the game. I think her command grab from Demon Flip also has anywhere juggle, which is nice. A dive kick and a command grab on a character with no fucking weaknesses to balance them. No, no, no. Models are a million times cheaper than sprites, especially like these kinds of sprites. Like, I guess if you're just going to draw something in MS Paint, it would be cheaper than making a model. But, like, the sprites used in KoF13 are, like, fucking really, really expensive to make. I mean, KoF13 specifically, they actually made 3D models for every character and then converted them into sprites, and they did that to have better shading. Which is why the sprites in this game look really, really good. To make a model, like, to make a model is kind of hard, but to make a model move is, like, pretty easy. To, like, make it do some new action. To make a sprite move, you have to do, like, entirely more sprites. You can't, like, take this model that you've got and reposition it. You've got to just make more. The noise Chin makes when he hops. That's pretty good. Everyone gave KoF14 a lot of crap, fairly, because It's hideous. And it was even more hideous when it came out, when it was first revealed. But that's the thing that, like, the KoF devs said that was, like, the biggest thing stopping them from working on gameplay, was that the sprites were way too expensive to make. And that they would consider models next time they made a game. And then they made a new KoF game, and it's got models, so... Whatever EX move that was, this probably will kill. Vice's no bar damage does like... Oh, I didn't kill. Without bar, Vice's damage is pretty mediocre, which is her balancing factor. The command grab super might have done more damage, I have no idea. He might have ended with the wrong super. KoF, I mean, Guilty Gear Xrd is a special case because it actually uses 3D models, but they just try really, really hard to make them look like sprites. Doshita. I'm pretty sure the Do in Tokido stands for Doshita. All three parts of Tokido, the name, are taken from Iori's moves, but I forget what. Tokido's name is a reference to Iori. I think Tokido likes Iori a lot. Anyone who says KoF-XIII looks like a PS2 game doesn't remember PS2 games. I dare you to go back and look at the graphics of San Andreas now. Oof. Or like Tekken 5. It looks like a bad PS3 game. When Jin is dying and he just does a shit ton of that EX roll. Duolin is considered one of the worst characters in the game for a long time, but Mad KF used him to good acclaim. He's considered to be a very, very bad anchor, and a pretty bad mid character too. But he's considered, like after Mad KF, he's considered to be an extremely... He was already considered to be an okay lead, and now he's considered to be one of the stronger leads. Oh, dude, look at it. The aura face. It's supposed to be Fisker Z. That one's not approved yet, but the aura face got approved. Nice. I submitted it. Submit it. Fisker Z incoming. Look at that little aura. Nice. The Demon Flip Punch follow-up, which is the one that I forgot to mention, maintains struggle state. You can combo into it and out of it. Shadow on stream doesn't go all the way down. Why does no one tell me these things until it's like way into my stream? There we go. Then there's a nice looking emote. That move's pretty good anti-air, but it's kind of slow. Combo the trade. The startup on the total active period on Kid Ash's Fireball is kind of a pain. Like he can't really keep up Fireball Wars, but he's got the advantage that the startup of Eintrigger before the Fireball actually destroys Fireballs on their way in, so he can kind of keep up anyway, Jury style, by using the first of his Fireball to like dispel and then get his Fireball on the screen after that. So he can reset Fireball Wars really easily, but he can't really win them. In fact, Jury probably stole that mechanic from this character. Capcom probably had their eyes on him. He can also cancel his line trigger to a bunch of other things, one of which is an up kick, which stops people from jumping in on fireballs. It also leads to full combos. The dash, don't be silent. You got a really high connect jump C. Couldn't do anything from it. This is a guy going to be coming close to killing. It actually killed. It was like right on the edge. Jury has a lot of SNK references in her design. Namely, Kim from SNK, Kim Kapwan, has one punch and 3 kicks to reference the fact that he's a Taekwondo fighter. He's got light punch and then 3 kick buttons. And Jury has light punch, medium punch, and 4 kick buttons. To reference that kind of weird distribution of buttons. Also, Kim is like ultra good. He's like a superhero. He's like a lawful good to the max paladin tier. And Jury is evil to reference that. Being a Taekwondo expert and being like a good person are synonymous in SNK. So they make a Taekwondo character for Street Fighter and make her evil. I think there are a few other little references, but I don't know them. Damn, it's weird to think the Jury's out. He lost a hit there, but he still got the juggle. Pretty sure you can get an extra hit out of that if you do it later. I think Kane's snare Hung gets his on. That wasn't. I think the recovery on an instant air handling that's on is a little bit better. You can use it more so for pressure. Kim is bullshit, dude. Kim wasn't really thought to be top tier until the Koreans started showing up in tournaments. He was thought to be strong, but a lot of the Korean players who repped Kim pretty much convinced everyone he was top tier, and then all of the analysis since then, everyone, I think, maintains that he is top tier. Kim is one of the best characters in the game. I made spaghetti today. You know how you make spaghetti and you accidentally make too much? I tried really hard today to not make too much, and then I made too little. I like wasted 15 minutes of my life making spaghetti. And then once I was done, I finished it in 5 minutes. Not even 5. Like 3. It was pretty good though, I'd do it again. I use store-bought dressing, pasta sauce. I had pizza sauce and I had Alfredo, and I just used both of them. That was interesting. He canceled to the command grab that whiffed, and then he juggled into stand C. I wonder if that was an accident or some really weird thing that he did on purpose. I think a command grab won't hit flying opponents, I don't think. They looked like an accident, but then he salvaged it. You hold select, and then you pick Iori, or maybe it's hold start, but you just hold one of the menu buttons over Iori. This is Claw Iori. He's pretty good. He can win with the next touch if he dive cancels and EX supers. He's not gonna die this combo. Gonna do a lot though. Wow. If you have the Steam Edition, you already have the 3 EX characters unlocked. They're included in the game. You have to get them separately with the console version. Claw is the default. There are 3 secret DLC characters, and then 2 unlockable characters. Psyche and Billy Kane. We got a Billy on the screen right now. The arcade version just allows the DLC characters and Psyche and Billy Kane. Psyche is pretty cool. At the very end of this game's life, I ran Psyche on my team. I like him a lot. I think he's underrated. He's also got a very cool gameplay style which doesn't exist anywhere else. Technically speaking, he's the last boss of the game, but the version you get to play as isn't really like boss worthy. It's like Seth. There's like a last boss version and a normal version, but the difference is more pronounced because SNK bosses are bullshit. SNK bosses are designed to waste your quarters. Ooh. Line trigger and the kick, both anti-air. It's like he has cheap touch of deaths. He can do it with, I think, 2 or 3 bars, whereas most characters require 4 or 5. He can also do a lot of damage with drives and no hyperdrive, like with just drive cancels. but his neutral is not so good. It's like kind of good. It's just that he has no command normal, which fucking sucks. He has a command normal. It's an air command normal though, so he can't he has like no hit confirms. Like if you already get a punish, you can do like a stand C into a quarter circle back D, and that does good damage. But you can't confirm that, and it's unsafe. And if you want to do confirms, you've got to go into quarter circle back B, which has no follow-ups unless you drive cancel. So like you have damage and you have confirms, but most characters have like a high damage thing that is a confirm. Using like drive cancels. I mean not drive cancels, using command normal cancels. Billy was considered low early on. I don't know about other KOF games. In this game, he's considered to be like mid, I think. A lot of very good players use him, which seems to indicate that he might be better than most people rate him. He has good success at tournaments. That combo's cool as hell. Oh, I got mid-air connect on that overhead. If you activate hyperdrive and then win, you automatically have no hyperdrive. It's not like you salvage some of it. I think Alpha or CBS2 did that. Or if you activate your custom combo and then win, you keep some of the bar. As long as you have above a certain threshold. Nice. Quarter circle 4B is not very risky. And it leads to combos in the corner. I think the other one, a-cho, has a quarter circle 4B that leads to a super, even mid-screen. The subtle little differences between the two Kyos. I like a-cho more in terms of like tier, but I'd much rather play regular Kyo. a-cho has better footsies and regular Kyo has better combos. It's like the age-old question of which one of those matters more. That's a really fast super. It's like 3 frames or so. Caught the hop with it. EX or Ochinage. Wow, that's a good jump. Kyo's fireball is designed such that you can hop over it. That's why it travels along the ground. And to emphasize the hop mechanic. You didn't like Clark in this game? I thought Clark was super cool. There's some Euro KOF player who like does all the commentary. I forget who it is. It's like a pretty notable like fighting game player in Europe. Who's really into Clark. Sweep and hyperdrive I don't really like. It's like the same, I think. I think they both have a better recovery than most fireballs. What the Sango man? That's the 2-hit self-confirming. Maxima is really weird. I can't see him winning this matchup. This seems like it would be a bad matchup for him. Maxima has command grabs and a fuck ton of armored attacks. Unfortunately, I think the only armored attack he has that has low armor is stand C, crouch C, which is a very bad normal apart from that. He's got great damage and really easy hit confirms and a good command grab. Maxima's okay. He's got some really nice tools, but his fucking mobility is kind of shit. He's like classic grappler. But the mechanic of armor like changes everything. Can't he have drive canceled that for an EX Super? I think that was probably a good idea. I think EX Super would have been really helpful there. I think he should have just taken the kill. This is like Dhalsim versus Zangief tier. This matchup. Those punches, I think, destroy projectiles. I really like Maxima. I get hype whenever there's Maxima being played. He's really cool. Same with Raiden. Grapplers in this game are cool as fuck. Nice confirm. That combo ends there, but he didn't need anything more. I don't think there's even a way to use drive to make that combo go further. You just have to use EX. Takuma's very scary with this amount of meter. He could have literally killed there. Hey, RJ. Alright, he can kill here. Drive cancel. Stand C. 4B. Dash punch, or dash kick, what do you call it? Charge kick with the D. With the D. Alright, he had to burn the other drive. He didn't quite kill. Takuma's bar is not super useful without drive. There we go. EX, super. Super is better than EX there. Nice. Very nice. One of the biggest things that really stops Takuma from being as good as Mr. Karate is that Mr. Karate has 2 Rambo Supers, like a normal and an EX one, and the EX one is super, super good. It's like one of the best supers in the game. And Takuma only has the 1 Rambo Super. I mean, he's got 2 different versions of it. He's got one that starts up quickly and one that has a lot of invincibility. But they both do the same damage. Takuma would die for an EX Rambo Super. Instead, his only EX Super is a fucking Fireball Super, which is kind of hard to land. So Takuma kind of has no... Like, that Rambo Super is his best way of using meter. It's like that or EX, rather. His Neomax is not super good, and his EX Super is not very good. And his other Super is not very good. Punishing that is actually pretty hard. I have no thoughts on 14. Did I say that? I thought it, but I don't remember if I said it. I haven't played it yet. It looks pretty good. I'm going to enjoy watching it, if nothing else. It looks more fair. It looks like the super high kill combos aren't fully match deciding anymore. They only do like 80% under fucking really optimal conditions, instead of doing 100% even under suboptimal conditions. Too meaty. It also looks like they made it easier to play. A lot of people were really afraid of KoFXIII because it looked hard. And it was kind of hard, but not so hard that you couldn't learn it. Nice. That was a good confirm. That's that EX Rambo Super. That's the thing Takuma wishes he had. I have a PS4. It's actually thanks to my monsters that I have a PS4. I used it to make a bunch of my really early Street Fighter 5 videos. I made a GoFundMe to buy it. And it got funded pretty quick. Interesting. That was the right decision. You just don't normally see that ender. EX Sangatsu-san is better in the corner. Costs the same thing. And I think it has better... I don't know if it has better Oki or what. But like Super's better if you need meter to kill. Super does slightly more damage for the same bar. UMX. That wasn't an optimal combo. But I really like... He couldn't kill even with an optimal combo. Even if he used the extra bar. And the bar was better in footsies, so... Guard Crush. That blue bar under the HB. Some characters, Guard Crush is almost never a factor unless you're like really being pressured and afraid to hit any button. The thing is, Guard Crush is often a factor, but people rarely get Guard Crushed because they stop blocking once a certain, like because they're afraid of getting Guard Crushed. So it's a factor even if you don't get Guard Crushed because you're just going to stop blocking and then you get opened up anyway. That is opening you up. A lot of characters have a hard time guard crushing though. Or applying sufficient pressure to guard crush. And certain characters can guard crush super easily. Ryo can guard crush you pretty well with his corner pressure. Terry actually has a true block string that guard crushes if he hyperdrives. And I think it leads to like a 600 damage combo. If you've got full resources. You get the touch of guard crush and then you can still get a shit ton of damage. That being said, you can just guard cancel roll to escape, so you need to have no bar for it to actually work. Terry has some things that would be really good. Every character does have the same HP and KF. What did I accidentally imply? No, they don't. Huh. That might have been a mistake. I don't think he wanted that super. I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone has the same stamina too. Where's that Maxima player? I want him to come back. Maxima probably has the stiffest combos of any character in this game. He pretty much has exactly one combo avenue. And then a few other scenarios where he can get a super. I'm pretty sure he has no loop. He's one of the only characters in the game with no loop. Which means his hyperdrive combos literally can't use all of his hyperdrive bar. Or maybe he does have a loop. I don't think so. I think he has a loop with EX. Like he has to use hyperdrive and EX. Like he has to do the command grab that takes you all the way to the other side of the screen. And then he has to EX to get the wall bounce. EX punch. And then you can do the command grab to get all the way on the other side of the screen again. But he has no like natural meterless loop like every other character. Maxima is the Potemkin looking dude. Your first serious fighting game is a game that's not out yet? Or did you mean 13? Because this is 13. Early jump CD. One thing Takuma and Mr. Karate share that's incredibly good is a very, very low jump. They do not get very high off the ground, and they have attacks that don't really go down, they more go out, which works nicely with this jump arc. The jump CD from both of them is really good. You never see that super. It was the right decision there. It's kind of cool to see someone use something that you never see. That was cool. That was the parry. Mirror thing. What mirror thing? These are just two generic, like, top tier teams. Vice is considered to be a top tier anchor. Chin is considered to be a top tier anchor. And Yori and Karate are on like every team because they're just top tiers in general. It's common to have at least one shared character in the high level play of this game. Especially if it's one of Ick. Ick was considered to be absolutely top tier. Ick. But now I think one of them dropped. I think it was Karate. And I think Yori went up. And now people like have a slightly different idea of what top tier is. But it's very common to see one of those three characters on every team in high level play because they're all quite good. It's like seeing a Magneto or like a Storm or a Sentinel. Maybe not Magneto, even though Magneto was like top tier. It's like how there was a Storm or a Sentinel on every team in Marvel 2. If you're gonna have like a team, you might as well have at least one top tier on it in team games. You just pick your poison of those three. Those three are not particularly better than the rest of the game. Rest of the characters in the game. That's a cool team. That's not even that bad. That's like kind of a weird version of my team. Alternate universe version of my team. That was nice. This could maybe kill. I think he could have drive cancel at the end there and he didn't. I'm not sure it would have killed though. Or if it would have hit though. This game actually has incredible balance. This game has balance like around the area of Street Fighter 4. Maybe better. The thing about this game though is if you're gonna have a game with teams, like everyone already has to pick a bunch of characters. You can already have your like team with personality with just one character. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of people who the only reason they don't pick just the best character in the game is because they don't want to like they don't want to be the guy picking the best character. They don't want to use a character that's just the character everyone else plays. Those people exist even among the pros. And in this game, you can pick like top tier and your kind of signature character. You can do both. You can do that with team games. With team games, there tends to be a lot more, a lot less character diversity. Even if the game is balanced. King was thought really early on to be a top tier character, but I think she's just easy. She is definitely strong. She's like high, but that she's not really particularly notably better than anyone else. There are only like 3 tiers for this game. There's like Elizabeth, like Betsy, fucking what's her face? This bitch right on the screen. There's Elizabeth, there's like Terry, and maybe like Leona, who are all like maybe slightly worse than the rest of the cast. And then there's Mai. Leona's not that bad. Mai would be a much worse character than Leona. Leona's like pretty good. Elizabeth, Terry, Mai are considered to be slightly worse than like every other character. And then Iori, Karate, Kim, maybe Shen, maybe Chin. They're like 10 characters, not even 10, like 7 characters who are considered to be slightly better than everyone else. And then everyone else is like equal. Oh, that was a mistake. I don't know if I've ever seen a really good... I've seen good players pick Mai. I've seen good players pick Elizabeth. Terry's gone pretty much, like... I mean, every character's been picked, and someone succeeded with every character in this game. This game's been out long enough and the cast is balanced enough that literally every character has seen the light. Nice conversion. There's one of the KoFXIII guys really likes, or it might be a Chinese player. There's someone who really likes Mai. I forget who. Mai's not super technical, that's one of her problems. There's like a character who's considered to be low tier, but they're super technical. It's like maybe they could be good if they were played properly. Like Gen, and then it turns out, yeah, oftentimes. But if a character's bad and not technical, like T-Hawk, it's just like, well, what's the hope? What are we holding out for? Mai's like that. Mai doesn't have a crazy depth of gameplay. But she's not really bad. Terry is really easy. Terry's like a good character for a beginner. Terry has like a chain from down A to down C, and he's got like a good command normal, and he's got safe moves, and his damage is pretty high, and his combos are kind of fun to do. If someone was like just beginning to play and they played Terry, I would say that's one of the best characters for them, but he's eventually be outclassed. Combos have to be slightly different on characters facing away. He was facing away because it was, I forget what that scenario is called. A taco? Something like that. There's a KOF scenario that happens sometimes where you get a cross up but then still land on the same side. Terry also has 2-hit stay in C, which means his stay in C inherently hit confirms. Nice. Oh, fuck. He needed that really badly. He's going for the guard break now. Iori's a good beginner character, but not because he's really necessarily easy. It's more that he teaches you good things. I love that. I love that color. It's one of the secret colors for K-Dash. certain characters you can hold start to change their outfit, and that's color 10 for the changed outfit for K-Dash. Red, blue, green, yellow. Looks super stupid. I love it. He looks like a goddamn Windows logo. There's two characters, I think it's Terry and Robert, where their color 10s are just the swaps of each other's color 1s. Like Terry color 10 is Robert color 1, and Robert color 10 is Terry color 1, which is pretty funny. Those two already look kind of similar. Wow. Elizabeth is really, really, really hard. Mostly due to command overlap bullshit. And also needing to do lightning fast normals. She's not really rewarded for being so hard. You also can't use button hold to make her combos easier. You just need to be really, really precise. Athena, I mean not Athena. Elizabeth has good anywhere juggle though. And that DP is pretty good. She's got a command grab too, which helps. Her anywhere juggle does like no damage, but she can always land it. She can land a super off of anything, but the super is not very strong. Only does like 100 damage or so. Yeah, she has a hard time. She's not a very successful character most of the time. She might be good though. She's a character who's kind of technical. Splats off ground CD is pretty cool. I really like that. If you get ground counter hit CD in this game, it's a knockdown, but it's a free juggle state, so if you cancel the CD into something, you can actually combo it. But most characters can't easily do anything off of it. Having a wall splat will make it easier to do something, but you'll have to be more ready to do it, if that makes any sense. Talk about it. Athena's a really weird character, but she's been in KOF like pretty much since the beginning. I think since the beginning. I think she's 94. So she's had a lot of time to develop. Her fundamental mix-up is spectacular. It's the Street Fighter mix-up. Have good fireball, have good uppercut. But like a lot of her other tools are really strange. Like her Crystal Bit Super. If you like don't play Athena that much, it's going to be like literally what do I do about this? Literally what is Crystal Bit for? How do you land it? It's got a fucking long motion and it has like 0 combo ability. And it's just a hit and it's unsafe. It anti-air as well. But in order to really use it like an anti-air, it takes a lot of practice to like understand. Or in order to use it like a reversal, it takes a lot of practice. Look at KoFXIII butt in the back there. I wish you could play as him in this game. Damn, that jump towards B. I'm okay with Athena having a command grab because it's kind of like counterintuitive to her. Not counterintuitive, it's counterproductive to her like general purpose. So like if you give a rushdown mix-up character a command grab, it ends up like totally breaking them. Or not necessarily breaking them, but it ends up being super strong in their hands. You know what I mean? If you gave Nakali a command grab, which he has, he can, even though, well, his command grab is really like mediocre. But if you gave like Nakali Zangief like light SPD, he would be one of the best characters in the game, if not the best. If you gave Dalsim like Zangief light SPD, it wouldn't change that much. It would make him slightly better at doing dive kick pressure into like another dive kick or a command grab. It's because the command grab doesn't really work with her other tools. That's one of the reasons it's okay for her to have it. It just makes her a bit more well-rounded instead of like utterly breaking any balance. The hop. That's an overhead. That's the combo from overhead. That's a good cross up. He had to dive cancel the kill. I don't play KoF98 and KoFXIII. I have before, but I haven't. Not in KoFXIII. I used to do it in GGPO. The players there are pretty good though. I like was worse than most of the people there. You never see that follow up. Command grab was better there for sure. I think he was just afraid to do it. EX projectiles just beat normal projectiles. Like the normal projectiles don't remove hits or anything. EX projectiles will just go through normal projectiles, dispel them, and then continue moving. And then super projectiles will just go through EX and normal projectiles without even basically acting like they don't exist. That's the projectile hierarchy of this game. In Street Fighter, anytime two projectiles interact, they remove hits from each other. I really like seeing K-Dash. You can get pressure because Kyo's -1, but not really. It's a difficult situation. A lot of the time in KOF, the fastest normal isn't a light normal; it's a close hard normal, and I'm pretty sure that Kyo is one of like 3 characters with a 3-frame close hard normal. That's not really the worst. That's just different. None of those systems are good or bad. I actually like the Mortal Kombat one the best probably because it's the one that's the least prone to like stalemates and stall. They're really smart about the way they did it too. Like different projectiles will interact different ways in trades, and it's something you have to be aware of. In Street Fighter, it doesn't really matter what fireball you're using and what fireball you're shooting at. unless it's like a Gauss Sonic Boom from pretty close, and then he can Toward Spheres you. In Mortal Kombat, if you're throwing your good projectile that you can spam like Kano's, versus like a Sub-Zero Ice Ball, it's like, well, if I eat that Sub-Zero Ice Ball, then I trade, but he gets a full combo, and I just get the hit of my knife. So it's like you have to make considerations like that based on how you want to trade. Or like an Ermac Soul Ball. That sort of consideration doesn't exist in other fighting games. You have to treat every single fireball as a thing in itself. Meanwhile, if you trade a fireball with Scorpion Spear, it actually cancels Scorpion Spear's pull-in. Scorpion can't really use the spear in Fireball Wars most of the time. Then you have teleports for Fireball Wars too, which is cool. Teleports are a mechanic that pretty much don't exist in Street Fighter. I don't mean teleports like just like a Akuma style teleport or Dhalsim style teleport. I mean like teleport attacks. There's like an entire archetype of attack that doesn't exist. Sector's teleport punch and fucking Scorpion's teleport punch. And all those. There's like a good amount of them. Ermac has a teleport punch. What's his face? Quan Chi has that soul drop. The problem is they tried to add those attacks to games with block directions in Injustice and also with interactables. And the teleport attacks, Scorpions and Martian Manhunters and shit, were really, really strong when back to block was a mechanic and when interactables were a mechanic. But in Mortal Kombat they work perfectly. You can't even cancel crutch light kicks for most of the cast. You usually have to chain into a crutch light punch. I don't think there's a single character who has a cancelable crutch light kick. Just so you know. Pretty much everyone has to do crutch light kick, crutch light punch, and then uppercut. Yeah, Ryu has to do crutch light kick, crutch light punch. For sure. They removed light kick cancelability. Ugh. That hard read. Run in, then DP once you're close. Sheet. Oh my god, this will kill. Oh, it's gonna be like right on the edge. It just didn't kill. I think he could have done two. I think he did an unoptimal combo. These are really cool teams. And there's 6 different characters. There's no shared character. I'd rather have a new Darkstalkers than a new Rival Schools any day of the week. Nice. It was nice getting 3 characters for from Darkstalkers. But why'd it have to be Morgan? Why couldn't it have been Dimitri, Felicia, and Shenko? Morgan is supposed to be like the not quite Ryu. The whole purpose of Ryu is that there's always a character where you understand how he works, so you could just play the new game. You can just play the new game immediately if you just pick the guy who, like, you understand mechanically, and then start learning the game. Morgan is that. Morgan's for the people who played Street Fighter Ryu. It's like, oh, well, if you played Ryu, you'll probably feel at least a little bit at home playing Morgan. So I don't understand why she keeps on making it into crossover games. It's like, let's get regular Ryu and then Darkstalkers Ryu. That being said, Morgan and Ryu don't have that much in common. And the game engine ends up changing quite a lot about how they would be played anyway. You know what Darkstalkers needs? It needs a succubus male.